I thought they just put really good at bats on him. Even the first time through when we didn't score, I thought there were some really good at bats. You know, Gary lined out, and then obviously Starlin. You know, looked like we could have had a couple runs in the first inning, but then they put it the second time through. We put a bunch of good at bats on him, and I got to him.
You look at Starlin, it looks like he's going the other way more often this year with ease. What do you attribute that to?
Well, I just think he's sticking with a plan. You know, they've talked about it. He and the hitting coaches about the plan they want him to use, and he's stuck with it, and it's worked.
Hicks with a big 3-run shot. Does he continue to open your eyes?
I mean, he's just played really, really well for us. Wherever we put him, we've moved him around, and that's why I continue to give him at bats, because he's been a force.
I imagine you don't want to have to get Dylan up in that situation, but do you like the fact that he gets one under his belt in that situation?
I mean, he hasn't pitched a whole lot lately, so, you know, it's not the worst thing for him to pitch tonight. You don't necessarily want to use him, but, you know, it worked out okay.
Jason Sterling sticking with the plan. What's the plan?
I'm not going to give you the plan. Come on, man. You want to know my signs?
He's at the, like 350. Is he a guy you think could make a run at a batting title?
Well, I mean, he did it in Chicago, right? He made a run for a batting. He had over 200 hits one year, right? So you got to figure he was in the mix. I mean, he's a talented hitter. When he swings at strikes, he's really good.
What were your thoughts on Pineda tonight?
Kind of mixed. I know he gave up a couple home runs, but I thought he battled. You know, he had to sit through some long innings, and sometimes that can be a little bit difficult. You know, you think about it, he gave up the first 2-run homer after a 5-run fourth, and then it can be a little bit difficult. But I thought he was okay.
You said your offense was going to score more, but why has it been so potent?
Well, we've had guys get on base a lot, and we've had guys hit home runs. That's a pretty good combination.
Do you get the sense that facing a pitcher like this came in with the major's lowest ERA among starters? The guys kind of looked at that as a challenge.
You know, I didn't hear him speaking of that. Maybe they did. I just think that, you know, they've swung the bats really pretty good the whole year, and they just continue to do it.
Joe, the last couple of years, you've seen them scuffle sometimes going through offensive brownouts and so forth.
Who's that?
This is the team. It's the offense. I mean, the last couple of years sometimes have gone through stretches of how
Yes.
enjoyable is it for you to see? I mean, I think it's 7 or 8 times now you guys have scored double-digit runs, which is one fewer than all last year.
Well, I mean, it's been fun to watch. I mean, these guys have really played hard. They've played well. They've run the bases. They've hit for power. They've been patient. You know, they were patient on Vargas. They made him work tonight. Even though he got a quick out here and there, they still made him work.
How much does depth have to do with your lineup success?
I think a lot, because you can give a guy a day off, and the guy that comes in plays well, and it keeps him fresh. And it's going to be really important here because we're 20 days in a row, and I think after that we got a fairly long stretch after that too. So it's going to become really important.